the next generation of speech technologies, I think, are super important, and really, that instant satisfaction. So one of the things that MSR and some of the other folks in the Advanced Technologies Group have been working on is really reducing the latency around speech, getting answers back to the user as quick as possible, and then, of course, always working on the error rate. So Adam Nathan's going to come up and show us some of the work that we've been doing with Bing Voice Search in Windows Mobile, and kind of show us sort of a before and after type demo.
Fantastic. Nothing says fun like a speech demo.
Yeah, thanks, Eric. Yeah, so I'm going to demo some speech recognition, which is probably the riskiest thing you can do in front of a live audience. But hopefully with the new technology I'm going to show you today, it'll make that risk a thing of the past, but we'll find out together right now. So we've been working with the Online Services Division on bringing some of MSR's latest innovations to Bing's speech recognition service. As Eric alluded to, the result is a system that is not only more efficient in the data center, but it also delivers faster and more accurate results to users, and that's what I want to show you. So I brought 2 Windows phones with me. They're running a custom Bing app. The one on the left targets the current backend, and the one on the right targets the new one. I'm going to say something and have both phones listen to me simultaneously so we can compare the results. Testing speech recognition. So the new system is faster. The time shown is from when I stopped talking to when the text came back. But something I want to point out is that the new system is able to do this on standard data center hardware, which just so happens to be 50% slower than the back end on the left-hand side. So if the current system driving the left-hand phone were actually running on the same standard hardware, that result here would have taken 1.5 seconds. And in fact, if any of you have noticed that speech recognition on your own Windows phones has been faster lately, it's because the new system actually has been deployed to production and is already handling a lot of the traffic in this part of the country. Now, some of you still might be thinking, okay, that's 0.5 seconds, big deal. But we can actually do a lot with 0.5 seconds savings per request. For example, we can enable new user experiences that weren't feasible before. So that's what I'm going to do now. On the right-hand side, I'm going to turn on a streaming mode. And what this will do is recognize the words that I'm saying while I'm still talking. And the sooner we get text back, the sooner we can deliver potentially relevant search results. So I've still got the current system on the left for comparison, but pay close attention to the phone on the right as I try out another phrase to see how it behaves differently. Steve Ballmer, Microsoft Chief Executive, Redmond, Washington. Yeah, so actually I was still showing the time at the bottom, which is really irrelevant here because even though the final time from when I stopped talking is still faster on the right-hand side, the big deal here is the incremental results and the faster search results as a result of that. So that was speed. The last thing I want to show is accuracy. So MSR has done some work with deep neural networks to improve the accuracy of speech recognition. I'm going to enable that feature on the right-hand side. And in order to try to demo accuracy improvements, I'm going to force a condition where accuracy suffers, and that's talking in the presence of noise. So conveniently, I've got a button on this app that generates background noise. Now, I don't know how well you can hear it in the audience, but it's quite close to the microphones on the phones. So in the audio that gets uploaded to the service, it's quite a significant factor. So what this should cause is the system on the left should have a lot of trouble understanding what I'm saying. The one on the right should do a better job, so let's try this out. Starbucks in Washington. Washington. Let me turn the sound off so I can. The new algorithm that uses deep neural networks is about a 12% relative improvement in word error rate. But what really amazes me is that on the new system, that algorithm is even faster than the previous one that has less accuracy. So with that, you've seen how MSR technology has brought meaningful speed and accuracy improvements to an important service. along with a great partnership with the Online Services Division. Speech, of course, is a service that will only get more important over time, and so I guess we're getting pretty close to a world in which you can talk to your devices naturally and with confidence and give a speech recognition demo to a room full of people without embarrassing yourself. So, thanks.
All right, that's cool.
So if you notice, I think we actually used background noise from CenturyLink Field of people complaining about their hot dogs.
That is some remarkable
Yeah,
improvements.
the deep neural net technology that that MSR is working on is actually quite remarkable. And these things, engineers toil for hours and hours and months and at a time to get tiny word error rate reductions. And the DNN sort of in testing that we're seeing now, we're seeing like a 12 to 15% increase in accuracy in word error rate, which is honestly, it's one of those like step function type things. And I was talking to some of the speech scientists last night at MSR at the TechFest sort of soft open. They told me they sort of have another 10 to 15% in the bank. So I probably shouldn't go public with and put them on the spot, but I'm pretty excited. And it's an area with super competitive to our competitors, and I feel really great about the investment that we have in MSR, working with Bing.
And it really sort of implicitly answers some of the questions we get around technology transfer into our products.
Yeah.
I mean, you heard that it's already been deployed in a way that starts to make it better for all our customers, which is great to hear.